Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
गुड आफ्टरनून। नाम बताइए अपना।
सर अर्शदीप।
गुड आफ्टरनून सर। गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। वेलकम ऑल।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। कैसा चल रहा है आपकी स्टडीज फिजिक्स की?
अच्छी चल रही है सर।
No, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। वंस अगेन गुड आफ्टरनून टू एवरीवन। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप यहाँ से सक्सेस होके जाएंगे। पिछले सेशंस में भी स्टूडेंट्स ने बहुत अच्छा अचीव किया है स्कूल में, और ऑल स्कूल्स आर इक्वल, टीचर्स आर इक्वल, सो देयर इज नो डिफरेंस। सो आई डोंट थिंक इन फ्यूचर यू नीड टू चेंज द स्कूल। धीरे धीरे हम इंट्रोड्यूस भी होंगे। तो मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ स्क्रीन शेयरिंग। आपको स्क्रीन मिल रही है मेरी?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, स्क्रीन आ गई आपके पास, है ना? तो नाउ सी ऑन स्क्रीन। टेस्ट का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था, व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ 3.735 आफ्टर
Yes, sir.
राउंडिंग ऑफ टू 3 significant digits. So we have to round off this to 3 significant figures. Now see, this has 4 significant figures, 3, 7, 3, 5. So to round off, we have to remove this 5. But this is 5, so preceding digit is 3, which is odd. So rule says if you wish to round off 5, if preceding digit is odd, add by 1. If preceding digit is even, you need not to change. So here preceding digit is 3 and this is odd. So we will add 1 to 3, that is 4. So this 3 will become 4. Okay. So now this 3 will become 4 and 5 will be removed. So answer will be 374. So remember this rule when you wish to round up last digit and last digit is 5. If digit before this is odd, you have to add it 1. So now this answer has 3 significant figures, 3, 7 and 4. So this was the answer of your first question in the test. Second question, what are the dimensions of A and B in van der Waals equation? So this is PV is equal to RT. This bracket has dimensions of P and this bracket has dimensions of volume. This bracket has dimension of pressure. This bracket has dimension of volume, that is PV is equal to RT. So here, what are the dimensions of A and B? So here principle of homogeneity of dimensions applies. If one term, this is P, this is pressure, so another term will also have the same dimension of pressure. So A by V square means dimensions of pressure, and dimensions of pressures are ml minus 1t raised to minus 2, and here V is the volume. Dimensions of volume is LQ. So now when we put this value in this equation, so you will get the dimension of A. So A is equal to, when you solve this, A is equal to P into V square, dimensions of pressure into square of the dimension of volume. So this will become L raised to power 6 and you will get M L raised to power 5 T raised to power minus 2, dimension of A. See this is the answer, M L raised to 5 T raised to minus 2. This is the dimension of A. Now what will be the dimension of B? Same principle applies here. This bracket has dimension of volume. This is volume. So this term will also have dimension of volume. So V is equal to dimension of volume, that is LQ. So this answer is correct here. Okay. So principle of homogeneity of dimension is very important, and you should know how to apply it. Okay. So this is how you can apply principle of homogeneity to calculate the dimensions of unknown quantities, unknown constants A and B in this van der Waals equation. Now third question was, identify the correct relation between parsec, light year and astronomical unit. So what is light year? This is distance traveled by light in 1 year. Okay, and this is 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter. Astronomical unit is the average distance between Earth and Sun. This is 1.5 into 10 raised to power 11 meter. And parsec is also a length of the 1 arc second, and this is 3.08 into 10 raised to power 16 meter. So when you make relationship between these things, these quantity, you get this. And this is clear that parsec is the largest unit, and then light year, and then 1 astronomical unit. If you know the values of these quantities, these units, then you will be able to calculate. Next, question number 4. A sample of material having 8.89 gram occupies a volume of 1.9 cubic centimeter. What will be the density of material with correct significant digits in gram per cc? So gram per cc is asked, and values are also given in gram and cc. So you need not to change the magnitude of these quantities. Question is asked in gram cc. So very simple, density is mass over volume. Divide it. Now this question is not as simple that few students solve, divide and write the answer. No, you have to divide and present the answer in proper significant digits. Now what is the rule of in such calculations? What is the rule applied? Answer should be in the minimum significant figures. The quantity is given in the question. This has 3 significant figures, this has 2 significant figures. So we have to round off the result into 2 significant figures, because this is the minimum significant figures given in the question. So while dividing, we get 4.678. But we have to present the answer in 2 significant figures. For that, we have to remove this 7, round up the 7. Now see 7 is greater than 5. Here odd even rule does not apply. We are removing 7, this is greater than 5. If removing digit is greater than 5, we increase preceding digit by 1. So when we remove 7, we have to increase 6 by 1. So this becomes 4.7 gram per cc. So answer is 4.7. So while solving this question, remember, keep one thing in mind. Your system of units should be same. If any quantity, if 2-3 quantities are given, and they are given in values are given in different system of units, so first convert them to SI unit and then apply the formula. But this question is simple, you need not to change anything, because answer is asked in gram per cc. So this is how, when you solve any question in context of the significant figures, you have to think that answer should be presented in the number of significant figures given in the quantity which has minimum significant figures. So this is what the solution of question 4, and side by side I am giving you the idea of the rules and laws. Now question number 5. Which of the following pairs does not have similar dimensions? Okay. So here, you know, stress and pressure, both are same, force over area. Angle and strain, dimensionless quantity. Okay. And tension and surface tensions do not have same, because tension is force, surface tension is force per unit length. So this is the answer of this question. So in 11th, you memorize 20 to 30 dimensional formula. In NCERT books, table is given. So go there and remember, and all things are given there. Everything is given there. How the formula is derived, different columns are there. So that is very important to solve such questions. Now question number 6. Edge length of a cube is given 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. What will be the volume of cube with correct significant figure digit? See bracket in cubic meter. Answer should be in cubic meter, that is in SI system. So sometimes in question, suppose this could be centimeter. To check the intelligence of the students, we can change it. This is, we can give this figure in CGS system, and we can ask the answer in SI system. So but here given length of the cube is also SI system, and answer is also asked in SI system, so you need not to change anything. Now apply the formula. Volume is L cube. L, this is given, cube, we solve it, we get 4.913 into 10 to the power minus 6 cubic meter. Now what rule says? This has only two significant figures. Few students confuse with this order of magnitude. Order of magnitude is not taken into consideration while counting the significant figures. Remember, order of magnitude is not taken into consideration while calculating or while counting the significant figures. Here this has only two significant figures, 1 and 7. So answer is in 4 significant figures. So we have to round up to minimum, that is 2 significant figures. For that we have to remove this 1 and 3. Actually we have to remove 1. 3 is automatically removed. 1 is less than 5. So remove it. There will be no change in the preceding digit, that is 9. 9 will remain same. So answer is 4.9 into 10 to the power minus 6 cubic meter. So this is the right answer of question number 6. Now question number 7. Pressure gradient has the same dimension as that of. Gradient means per unit length. Any change which is per unit length or per unit position is called gradient. So here pressure gradient is pressure by distance. Pressure is force by area. See, so we get force by area into distance. Dimensional formula of force is mLT minus 2. So if to solve this type of question, you should be having dimensional formula in your memory, or you should be able to solve it if you know some relationship. So keep in mind, this is very important. If you memorize few 20 to 25 initial dimensional formulas, so I think you will be scoring 5 extra marks in the examination. Okay, so here we apply this and solve this. We get m1, m raised to 1, l raised to minus 2, t raised to minus 2. So this is pressure gradient. Okay, now check one by one. Velocity, energy gradient. Energy gradient is equal to ml, that is energy per unit length. So when we solve ml t raised to minus 2, but this does not matches with this. So energy gradient is rejected. Now see the potential gradient, change in potential per unit distance. Potential is W by Q, work over charge, and this is the distance. So this is the dimensional formula of work, mLT raised to minus 2, and work is force into distance, so L. Okay, charge is current into time, that is A, ampere into T. A dimensional formula of current is A, so Q is equal to I into T, current into type. I dimensional formula of I current is A and time is T, so this is QAT, and this is the change in position or distance, you can say this is L. So while solving this, we get this potential gradient. This again mismatches with the pressure gradient. So potential gradient is not the answer, energy gradient is not the answer. Now check velocity gradient. This is velocity per unit length, dimensional formula of velocity LT raised to minus 1 divided by length. You get this answer. Again, this mismatches with this. So answer is none of this. Formulas in physics are very important. So you go to your NCERT book, table is given regarding dimensional formula, various relationship. This is given very beautifully. So go to that. NCERT is basic, and question paper is set according to the NCERT book. Now question number 8, percentage error. These type of questions are very important. Percentage error. Many times these type of questions come in the examination. Percentage error in mass and momentum are 3% and 2% respectively. Maximum possible percentage error in the kinetic energy. Now, relative error and percentage error is very, very important from the examination point of view. So if you know, directly apply, otherwise you can solve like this. Momentum is mass into velocity, m into v. Kinetic energy 1 by 2 mv square. When you divide this by E by P, you get this relationship. E is equal to P square by 2m. Now, dE by E, this is relative error in energy. dP by P, relative error in momentum. And dM by M, relative error in mass. And relative error is same as percentage error, just you have to convert it into percentage. So we can write this in this way also. Percentage error in kinetic energy is equal to 2 times of percentage error in momentum plus percentage error in mass. Now what is the percentage error in momentum? Respectively means 2. So 2 into 2. Percentage error in mass is 3%. 2 to the 4 plus 3, 7%. 7% is the answer. So this is how we solve this question. Okay, you should know the formula between required quantities. If you don't have formula, you should be capable to derive the formula. To derive the formula, again you should know few formulas. Like in this case, if you know the formula of kinetic energy and momentum, then you can reach to this equation. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve the question. So this is very important, dear students. Start memorizing 25-30 dimensional formula, their physical relationship between other physical quantities, and also you should be very clear about the system of units and conversion of numerical value from one system of unit to another system of unit. So there are 4 uses of dimensional analysis. You should be perfect in types of dimensional analysis. So remember, you should be having previous knowledge solid. Then you can move forward. So once you spend time, study very slow. Try to conceptualize. Don't study very fast. Conceptualize. Next time you will be having half of time revising that. And in another round of revision, you will be spending only 25% of time. So this is very important. Conceptualize properly. So question number 9. Radius of circle is 2.23 meter. Area of the circle in square meter. Again, check meter same SI system. You need not to make any change in the numerical value or convert it. Area pi r square, pi is 3.14, r square 2.23 square, this is 4.97. Multiplying, we get at least multiply and get up to 4 decimals so that you know exactly what you have to do. So now here we need to express the answer in 3 significant figures, and this multiplication is in 6 significant figures. So 3 significants are up to 6. We have to round up 0, including 0 onward. So we have to remove the 0. Now 0 is less than 5. So remove it and don't make any change in preceding digit. So 15.6 meters square. So this is the right answer, 15.6. This is question number 9. So now question number 10. See dimensions of resistance in an electrical circuit in terms of dimensions of mass, length and time and current. So by Ohm's law, potential is product of current and resistance. Current, you know, current in rate of flow of charge, and resistance is the hindrance offered by any conductor or material in the path of the current. V is the potential difference between terminals of the conductor, that is voltage. So V is equal to I into R, R is equal to V by I, V is potential. This is the dimensional formula of potential and dimensional formula of current. We solve and we get this, and this matches with this third option. Here I is current. In place of I, question can be designed using A, capital A also. So this is the right answer. So here only 10 questions are possible. In next class, I will discuss the remaining 10 questions. So this is introductory as well as helping you support to all of you. So I would like to get some feedback from any student. If session closes, you can give your feedback in WhatsApp group also. You can post the topic in WhatsApp group. So in next class, we'll be covering next 10 questions of the test, and simultaneously we have gone through concepts also. Now I invite any one of you give the feedback, or if this session closes automatically because Zoom has 45-minute restrictions, you can give your feedback. Okay, so I welcome my students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
Thank you, sir.
what do you want to say about today's class? So do you wish to interact, give feedback regarding this class?
Very good. We learned something new today.
Okay.
The doubts are clear now.
Okay, good, good, very good. So your feedback is very important. So is there any new student in this group available here? Any new student?
Yes, sir.
Yes, your name?
Sir, Tushar Parmar.
Tushar Parmar. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. So this is your first school or you are migrated?
Sir, this is first school.
Okay. So do you have some problem?
I don't have notes of previous classes.
Okay. So I will share all the material personally to your WhatsApp number. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Don't worry. Okay.